you gotta give props to the insanely high production quality of this title.
Rich in theme and artwork, it's engaging.
This is a ruthless worker placement, engine builder, tableau builder strategy game.
This is a lot of value for what you're getting.
Forest cards, ticket tiles, train car tiles, event tiles.
I think this is one you might very well like. It's a good game.
It is not for the faint of game.
Everdell is one of those rare games that promises you so much.
Just oozing charm.
And delivers on so many of those promises.
And it's got a lot going on under the hood as well.
I think you're going to enjoy this game, so I recommend picking up Everdell.
So Everdell for me is going to get a seal of approval.
A campaign that I'm really excited about.
Everdell. Oh, Everdell. Everyone loves Everdell. Everdell's the best game ever made. Have you played Everdell? Mom, have you played Everdell? Grandma, have you played Everdell? Ghost of my great-grandma, have you played Everdell? Let me show you how it works. Everyone likes Everdell, which is great. It's probably why, in their latest campaign here, Everdell New Leaf Mistwood and the Complete Collection rolls off the tongue. They made just a little bit of money, nothing too big, nothing too crazy, just $4.8 million from 31,000 lucky people. And I was one of those people because I love Everdell. I have all the other things. All the things for this beautiful game. It's a great game, but this campaign is kind of sketchy. It's a little sussy bakas from the hit game Among Us. So they offer 3 things in this, right? So they have the expansion called Mistwood, the expansion called New Leaf, and then the Complete Collection. Ooh, does it include all the stuff for a reasonable price? Is it everything that's ever been Everdelled? Almost, but the price was kind of too reasonable. That was the first issue that people had with this campaign, because if you are one of the brilliant people who spent, let's say, something like $350 to get all the Everdell stuff with the expansions and the upgrades and all that. It's expensive to get all that stuff for sure. But they decided to sell it all for $199. So if you bought it before, you're an idiot. We're basically just gonna say that you are a $150 idiot because you should have waited until we put the big box, you stupid.
You're so stupid!
So people were kind of upset about that. Jamie Stegmaier, Stonemaier Games, wrote an article saying, is there such a thing as too good of a deal? Yeah. You could also buy a big empty box. So that's cool. That's gonna cost you $100. So you could have the 2 new expansions and a $100 empty box, or pay an extra $100, get the base game collector's edition, the first expansion collector's edition, the second expansion collector's edition, the third expansion collector's edition, the fourth expansion collector's edition, and the fifth expansion collector's edition, and your big old dumb empty box for only $200. So people were a little upset. Just a little upset. It wasn't a huge deal. I don't care because I ordered the complete collection, so why am I complaining, you know? But then I noticed something really weird. I got a question about this Toys for Tots thing. Tabletop Tycoon will donate a game to Toys for Tots for each copy of New Leaf, Mistwood, and the Complete Collection sold throughout the campaign. Very cool. Thank you for telling me that, so I feel more pressure to buy your game. I mean, what? They said that this has allowed us to donate over 40,000 games, and growing as we add more backers. Right, but I did some math. I'm a mathematician, after all. It's 2,000 backers on New Leaf and Mistwood. So just for the $60 pledge, okay? 9,500 backers for the 2 expansions in the dumb, stupid, empty box. That's not 40,000 yet. And then you have 15,700 backers for the Complete Collection. That's a way better deal than anybody else has paid for Everdell. So you have those 3. Those don't add up to 40,000. So maybe they're counting New Leaf and Mistwood twice, since they said for each copy of New Leaf, Mistwood, and the Complete Collection. So they probably are saying if you buy New Leaf and Mistwood, they're donating 2 for every backer there. Because then that would be 2 for every 2,600, so you multiply that by 2, and then 2 for every 9,500, so you multiply that by 2, and then you add the 15,000, and that adds up to about 40,020 backers. I did do the math. You could have spent $60, and they would have donated 2 games, or you can spend $200, buy even more things, and we'll donate 1. I'm in the mood for a knee-high.
You can't count on a sunny day. Sometimes things go wrong. So you might as well grab a cold knee-high and sing this little song. Feeling knee-high. You got that live flavor feeling so good. Feeling knee-high. Feeling knee-high. Feeling live flavors feeling so alive. Feeling knee-high. Feeling knee-high.
So yeah, that Toys for Tots thing doesn't make any fucking sense at all. Who am I to judge? We'll keep going, I guess. Because what really gets fun is when we get into the updates. So the updates have been a great source of entertainment for me, looking at a lot of them, and they're great. So the main issue with this campaign, and why some people are starting to say that Starling Games is going bankrupt, they have no money, they're just trying to keep people strung along because they offered too good of a deal on the complete collection and they're not able to fulfill it, and blah, 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 blah. There's no way that's the case. They wouldn't be donating one game for every $200 and 2 games for every $60 if they were running out of money. Starling Games is owned by Tabletop Tycoon. They have multiple companies. It's not just Starling Games, so I think they're probably fine. But the problem is all these updates. So this is the first one after the Kickstarter ended. We did it! We get to work on bringing these new additions to Everdell to you. Thank you. Share this link to friends or family interested in getting a copy.
You serious?
Okay. And that was in March of last year. The projected delivery date would be March 2022. Obviously that's not gonna happen. There are a bunch of shipping issues. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world right now. I get it, that's fine, whatever. But let's just start looking at ones that are a little bit more recent. So we're just gonna skip forward to December. Now here's the thing, the main problem is that they're not updating people on what the actual status of the game is. So you contrast that with something like Frosthaven, another huge board game Kickstarter, made $12.7 million or whatever. And the company that was gonna make the app for that game backed out. The company making the board game, 4 days later, posted an update saying, here's what we're doing to address that, here's the timeline, here's the retail price of the game, blah, 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 blah. Great, everyone's informed, everyone's cool, all that's fine, that's awesome. Everdell, on the other hand, been doing something a little weird. Greetings, critters. We had a meeting with the factory this week regarding the upcoming many months of pre-production. So this is when worry started to set in. Well, it's December. You said the game would deliver in March, and now you're saying the upcoming many months of pre-production and production. And then we have Everdell for Everyone, December 17th. So you see these two are within a pretty fair time frame. It's like December 2nd and December 17th. And they were just talking about how they're doing a little inclusivity thing with their cards in Everdell. The Sky is a Hazy Shade of Winter was January 27th. We have a couple of frequently asked questions we wanted to post here for you all involving the cards and card sleeve set. When I first saw this and I saw the little update that said we have a couple of frequently asked questions, I was like, ooh, timeline stuff, some information. No, just some card sleeves. I don't know why they felt the need to post this update, because they post pictures of little resource holders that look like crap, and then they posted the card sleeves that aren't even the right size. And they're like, well, these aren't the actual size of the card sleeves. So what's the point? What are you showing me? You're showing me things that aren't in the game? Okay. None of these have dates. All these updates from last year to this year, just like many months pre-production. Oh, a lot of months. A lot of months coming. And this is when people started to get a little upset. People were upset even before that, but then they started to get very upset. Under this update about cards, we got people talking. That comment's in German, so I don't know what that says. How about an update, please? Any update? This is the first time I've left thoughts. I am very much in Everdell. Cheryl's in Everdell, but have issues with some of the resource holders in the image above. The leaves are lovely. Tree trunk, minecart, and shell are okay. The boat is passable, but the acorns, light brown and yellow resource holders all look pretty poor. As many have mentioned, there are a variety on Etsy, and you don't only have to search Everdell resource holders in order to get offered a variety of very much... I can't read, so I was never taught to read, but Cheryl doesn't like the resource holders. Gonna cancel my add-on of the vessels, as these look cheap and terrible. Yeah, just read some of the comments and looked on Etsy to compare, and I must agree, the vessels have better shape for less money. People don't like those things. They hate them. They think they look like crap. And they do. They're right. So then we're going to go to update 25. Springing forward. This is my favorite one because I love the reason why they couldn't post an update earlier. We intended for this update to go out last week, but unfortunately, we lost a day due to a snowstorm in the area. And made sure any file we would share with you was finalized for the best content possible. We apologize for the delay. Why would a snowstorm keep you from posting some images on the computer? And I know that they weren't kicked offline or anything because I posted in the comment section of the actual page, hey, sorry, we can't post an update today because of a snowstorm. But you're able to post the update in the comments that you're not able to post an update because of a snowstorm. Whatever, man. And they go, here's a look at the plans and variants for facing off against Nightweave. Dude, we don't even have this fucking expansion yet. Why are you giving me... They're like, here's the variants for the thing you won't have for like 6 months.
Whoa, bro, did you see the latest Everdell update?
No, did they release something epic?
Yes, they released Nightweave variants.
For the expansion we don't have yet?
Yeah, bro.
Holy shit.
No one can use these because no one has the things. So who cares about any of this? Send that to me when the game's out. Well, I'll say this to you, Starling Games. You should be more informative. I don't know what's going on with the Kickstarter, and I've read all the updates and a lot of the comments. I get it. Some of the comment people are insane. They seem like a bunch of weirdos who play board games or something. I don't know, it's very weird. You should update your customers and tell them what's happening. If you're saying, look, it's looking like it's gonna be 5 more months, then put that in the update. Everyone will go, well, that sucks. Whatever. I guess I'll play one of the other 400 board games that we all have. If it's not out, then it's not out. But at least just say how long it's actually going to be. Don't be like, it's a big update coming. Once this snowstorm passes, there's a big update. And then you post like a variant online. You're like, look, oh, this is gonna be cool, right? When you get it, and everyone's like, oh, when do we get it? And they're like, what? And they disappear. And then they go in the comments and they're like, oh, by the way, not for a long time. But give a date. But they're not going bankrupt, dude. They're fine. They're donating a smaller amount of board games than they should be. They're doing fine. I just wish they would send me the game personally. I don't give a fuck about any of you. I just want it for myself so I can play it. That's all.
Steer me out the automatic. Money added multiply. I'm steer me out the automatic. Money added. Steer me out the automatic. Money added multiply.